Sorry, I should have set that up. Welcome everybody to Mark Bajerski. Cut, start again. No, don't. Welcome everybody to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. You know, I'm often asked through the day, maybe once a week, twice a week, which is the most affordable crystal that does the best work on me. You know, which crystal if you haven't got a lot of money. And there's only one crystal I would recommend more than any other crystal in the world after working with thousands of crystals, and that is Tektite. And if you ever see me out and about, normally I've got a piece of Tektite on with Moldavite, or I'm wearing all the three together with Herkimer diamond, but this is it, Tektite. And I have some here, some from my website. I'll just show you. These have just come on the market now. I just want to show you them. There you go. Absolutely splendid pieces from Vietnam. Absolutely gorgeous and very affordable. I've got some on my website at round about 40 or 45 upwards. So these are high quality, and of course they've been sent to Bali to be capped in Bali silver. And nice designs, nice and simple designs, as you can see, nice and simple. Most of these, in fact, I would say all of them, are polished. So you can see how beautiful they glimmer there. And just absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous pieces. And what's phenomenal about this crystal is, in my world, it's the only crystal that absorbs negative energy. So I've made plenty of videos explaining what does that mean, because you might say, oh, well, I've heard that this crystal, you know, is good for this and that. There are many crystals that are good for clearing negative energy, but there's never been a crystal that I've ever seen. And I've been a crystal healer with thousands of clients, and I've looked at the energy before and after and in between. And it's the only crystal that I've ever noticed that absolutely absorbs. Now, I had a conversation with another healer on the internet the other day, and he also swears blind that lava stone does that. I've worked with lava stone for a long time. I honestly haven't seen that happen, but he has. So I'm not going to say it doesn't, because he's a very good healer and is working now full-time as a healer, so maybe. But for now, at this moment, I can only tell you my experience. Not that it's real and that it's right, it's just right for me, and I'm sharing that with you. So Tektite, black Tektite from Asia, Vietnam, Thailand, is such a unique energy. And it was, I'd probably say, I've used Tektite more than I've used any other crystal in the world, and I've worked with thousands. Tektite is probably the most used. Why? One, because the value of Tektite, black Tektite, is a fraction of the price of Moldavite. So I didn't use Moldavite as much. I didn't buy as much as I did black Tektite. So why would you invest in a black Tektite? For me, whatever you're going through in life, there is always a residue that is being kicked out of your body all the time. So let me give you a great example. Just say you're having a good day. You're not feeling brilliant, but you're having a good day. And then you switch on the internet and somebody said something frigging awful about you, nasty. Or you bumped into somebody and you've heard something awful said about you. You know, the average day where people have to bitch and moan and be nasty. You know, it's an average day on the internet. And all of a sudden you get this awful feeling that comes to your heart and sometimes sits in your stomach through the day when you're constantly thinking about, why would somebody say something so awful? What, you know, when that energy sits there, it starts to manifest And as it sits and manifests, it starts to cause a very, very difficult, murky, dark cesspit terrain. So if it's your stomach, you'll start to feel the heaviness in your stomach, and that can often cause a reaction that is a residue that starts kicking out. So that residue normally gets into all the body. It sort of kind of goes all over the place. It's not that easy to get rid of unless you're in Mother Nature, and then it's basically sucked from you from the ground. So it's difficult to get into Mother Nature every day. It's difficult to get to the sea every day. So the natural healing process is a little bit challenging. So without a doubt, if you are walking around with negative energy inside you, whether it's fear, whether it's a shock energy of what somebody's just said, whether the feeling that you get is, you feel really down because of what somebody said, that isn't healthy. It isn't healthy, and it causes a lot of suffering to your body long term, and even short term it can trigger a lot of stuff. So most of us don't have a fantastic day every day because of the internet. The internet is now a cesspit. So you're always going to see, lions killing a little deer or anything to cause you to have this shock energy. And seeing a man hitting another man on the internet, it's like it's a common thing now. It's just common. Everybody is watching this disgusting world that has been deliberately put there, so that your energy turns into negative energy. And Big Pharma loves that. If you get sick, well, guess where you're going? Guess what you're going to be spending your money on? So all of these things are, for me, when I think about all what goes on from day to day, I always say to anybody who says, what crystal do you think I should get if I haven't got a lot of money? I always say Tektite. So Tektite is an absorber of negative energy. It absorbs all of that residue that's coming off until you let go of that fear and all that worry or shock. Sometimes it can take weeks, and sometimes it can take months and years. So you need to absorb that. So Tektite is always good to have roughly around the belly area. So when you hang your Tektite, it should be further down. Now, if you've got some issues with, grief or internal issues normally come from the brain down, sit normally in the heart. So internal means that you can't figure out your life. You don't know where you're going. Sometimes you don't feel good in yourself. Sometimes you just don't feel confident. Sometimes you feel lost, lonely, and so on. A lot of that sits in the heart area. So if it does, like me, I've got it on my heart in the moment because I'm working on myself. Just because I'm a healer doesn't mean that I haven't fixed everything. We need healing more than you. That's why I became a healer. So Tektite is amazing. It absorbs negative energy. People often refer to, look, for me, Tektite, once it's cleared all of that, your body energy or your life force or your chakras or power points then become or work in tune. They're more imbalanced. Therefore, your energy around you becomes stronger. So yes, in truth, it is a protector of your energy. So when you wear it, your body, now I've explained, when you put it on, it absorbs the negative energy into the crystal. And P.S., you don't need to cleanse a Tektite. It's self-absorbing. It cleans itself. Where does that negative energy go? I don't know, but it just disappears. It dissipates. It's fantastic once it gets in. It's amazing. So, all in all, Tektite is, in my humble opinion, the most purchased. I think I've sold over 20,000 Tektites in my 20 years. I've probably handled double that. I've given more Tektites away than any crystal. I think Tektite and then Moldavite came next. honestly, if there is a crystal that you can wear with any other crystal, like at the moment I've got a piece of Moldavite on with Tektite. Tektite works well with everything. Everything. It really does. Because whatever is happening on a level, oh, there's a rainbow. That's nice. Now, I have been here 8, 9 years. I've never seen a rainbow before. And I heard that somebody said that, oh, rainbows always appear at the same place. Well, I've been here 10, 12 years. I have never seen a rainbow, and there's a rainbow. So, yeah, okay, work that one out, folks. So, it's beautiful. Anyway, so, point being, Tektite is a crystal that will heal you, that will strengthen you, that will make you feel so much better, both mind, body, and spirit. It does a lot more than that. It brings in a lot of new energy as well. So once the old is cleared, the new comes in. It's almost like you're opening yourself up to new energy. Tektite makes you feel better, positive, happier, stronger. It does all the things that when you clear anything that is a trapped trauma, your body will start to attune to its higher self. It will vibrate at the frequency it's meant to. And when you do, you don't get upset, you don't get angry, you don't knee-jerk. And when you wear Tektite, you feel better and you feel more energetic. Why? Because it's a constant absorber of negative energy, both from outside influences and your own fears and worries. So all in all, it's an incredible crystal. And I've always said, it's, in my humble opinion, it's the number one crystal right now. And it's been like that for 4 years. It really is the number one crystal, without a doubt, because everybody is being attacked one way or another. Everybody is suffering, whether it's from above coming down on us, whether it's being pumped into our body, whether we're eating poison. All of these things, this is a beautiful crystal to help with those situations. And I think that's it. I don't think I can say anything other than that, because that is powerful. In itself, that is powerful. So there you go. These beautiful pieces, and I have probably one of the nicest collections of Tektites, I believe, on the internet, because I love them so much. The collections I buy from Asia is incredible. I buy multiple. I'm always buying the most beautiful pieces, and these are gorgeous. I love polished, but I also love natural as well. There's just something beautiful about both of them. Do they work differently? No, not at all. They do exactly the same thing. So this is just choice of what you like, because, oh, it looks lovely, that. I like that one. This is what's classed as a teardrop. Beautiful. And then these are kind of like the pencils almost, but that's just a little bit slightly different. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. This is, look how cute that one is. Look how that goes in and out. That's lovely. And mounted perfect. So the mountings don't spoil the actual beauty of the crystal. There's a lot of videos out on markbajerski.com if you type Mark Bajerski Tektite, and watch the videos, because there's a lot of ways you can work with this. Last night my stomach was a little bit weird, and I placed the Tektite in my belly button and placed my hand over the belly button and one hand in the air, and just sat there and did some breathing through the nose and blowing out through the mouth, and I could feel my belly like gurgling. It was like weird, and I'm like, wow. And I could feel literally the pull from inside, like the pancreas being pulled into my belly button. And I'm like, this really is an absorber of negative energy. And there's so many other moments when I've been healing clients, whether it was here when I had a healing bed, or whether it was at Tickle Pink in the village. And the amount of times that I saw this energy being drawn into the Tektite from clients is unreal. That's why I truly believe it's the only crystal I have ever worked with that literally absorbs negative energy. You can literally see after the healing session, when that residue is coming away, you can see it going into the moldavite. That, well, I could. That was it for me. I was hooked, and 20 years later, I'm still here. I still love it. I still work with it, and I still wear it nearly every day. So I should say something to you. And if anybody's ever had a piece of Tektite, whether it's with another crystal or whether it's just on its own, it would be nice if you could give people who are watching this a heads up and let them know your experience and how it feels for you. Some people absolutely won't take it off. And some people say, yeah, I wear it every now and again. But it would be nice to hear your experience and your story about Tektite. And that gives encouragement to others who are thinking about going to their local crystal store and buying a piece of Tektite. So I hope this serves you well. I'll put this beautiful collection of 25 pieces on markbajerski.com now, and I have some of the most gorgeous pieces of Tektites, whether they're swan necks, whether they're dumbbells, whether they're beautiful, just palm-sized pieces that you can work all of your body and absorb that negative energy, or whether it's just one of these beautiful pieces that can be hung, that are obviously all mounted in ballet, right for you. So enjoy, have a great day, and let me know how you feel about Tektite. And also, if you don't mind, because I am losing tons and tons of followers right now because of the AI algorithm that is hating everything that I do. They really are fearful of truth. So if you could just press maybe the what button is it? Subscription button. And even if you are subscribed, maybe unsubscribe and subscribe again. That might work. And then hopefully you'll get notifications on videos, whether it's to do with psychic work, healing work, crystal work, all the things that I do from day to day, or just a bit of a jibby-jab, no, let's not use that word, a bit of a chat, a coffee chat in the morning. That's what I normally do. Didn't do it this morning because the weather wasn't brilliant and I couldn't be outside. Now the weather's got better. All right, well, have a lovely day. See you later.